little while later, Jungkook stood outside Taehyung's room, hesitated for a moment before knocking lightly. Jungkook, are you still awake? Taehyung's voice came from inside. Taehyung, yeah, why? Jungkook pushed the door open, stepping inside. Jungkook, I haven't given you your birthday present. Taehyung said, blinking in surprise. Taehyung, isn't the party already my birthday gift? Taehyung shook his head. Jungkook shook his head with a smile. Jungkook, of course not. He sat down at the edge of the bed, then reached into his pocket, pulling out a small box. Jungkook, here, open it. Taehyung took a box curiously and lifted a lid. Inside was a minimalist metal black settle watch, but instead of a brand name, his own name was the watch surface. Taehyung eyes widened slightly, his finger grazing over the Jungkook smiled softly. Jungkook, happy birthday, Taehyung. He reached forward. Jungkook, here, let me put it on you for you. Taehyung offered his wrist, watching eyes. Taehyung softly, thank you, Jungkook. This is so nice. Jungkook couldn't tear his gaze away. Taehyung's smile was like the sun, and Jungkook suddenly felt breathless. Jungkook quickly looked away, standing up and rubbing his back of his neck. Jungkook stated, I am glad you like it. Taehyung tattled his head, smiling. Taehyung, I really do. I'll wear it every day. Jungkook felt his chest tighten at those words, an emotion he couldn't quite name deep inside him. With the final part of Taehyung's head, Jungkook was a smile. Jungkook, get some sleep. We had a long day. Taehyung nodded, still smiling. Taehyung, good night, Jungkook. Jungkook turned to leave, but as he stepped out of the room, he let out a quiet sigh. His hand clutched at his chest as if trying to steady the unfamiliar there. Jungkook to himself, whispering, why does my heart feel like this? As he walked away, a single realization still deep with him. A realization he was not quite ready to face it. Taehyung let out a laugh, shaking his head as he handed tissue to Jungkook. Taehyung, look at you. Why do you watch movie only to cry? I told you we should just watch a game. Jungkook sniffed, debating his eyes. Jungkook thought the story was touching and cry can relative stress, Taehyung paused, his playful expression to one cousin, his phone clearly studying Jungkook's face. Are you stressed these days? Jungkook frozen at the question, his heart skipped a beat. Then, truthfully, there was something on his mind, something that he had been bothering him for a while now, and that something was standing right in front of him, but he couldn't say that. So he quickly forced out wiping his head, dismissal. Jungkook, it's just a figure of speech. Stood up trying to act normal, but his movements were stiff. Meanwhile, Taehyung stood up as well, stretching before Taehyung, my back is damp. You cried so much that my shirt got wet. I need to go get a new one. He walked towards his room, pulling off his Jungkook followed after him. His eyes drifted towards Taehyung's shoulders and lean frame. Something inside him, one inside Taehyung, grabs a fresh shirt from his clothes as he struggled to slip it over his hand. Probably Jungkook ought to help. Jungkook, here, let me fix it. He adjusted the fabric, making sure it settled properly, but as he looked up, he realized just how close they were. Their faces were more inches apart. Jungkook could feel the warmth from Taehyung's skin. His eyes unconsciously flickered down, leaning on Taehyung's soft lips. A sudden wave of nervousness thought him. His heartbeat quickened, loud and irate. His throat went dry. He didn't know but why. He had this strange overwhelming too close to the distance to lean in to taste. Jungkook was completely lost in a trance until Flix suddenly entered the room. Flix, hey, what are you two doing? Oh, why are you shirtless? Jungkook snapped out of his daze immediately, his whole body jerking back in panic. Jungkook cleared his throat quickly, looking away. Nothing, just helping him kiss his sweat. Taekook looked in confusion, unaware of the emotion inside Jungkook. Meanwhile, Flex gave them both a suspicious glance before smirking. Flexi, alright, helping, sure. Jungkook swallowed hard, feeling his pulse race. He need to get a grip because whatever this feeling was, it was getting harder to ignore. Jungkook stood the kitchen, stretching the carefully. The rice aroma of food filled the air as he arranged the dishes on the table. He had already asked Felix and Taekook to come home early tonight was important. Last weekend he had gone to his parents' house and discussed his departure to school. He had always been part of his plan to be for at least 3 years before he had to leave. Luckily, he had already been accepted into university in France last semester. At first, he applied out of curiosity, wondering if he could even get there. And since the degree was not business related, but when he received his letter, he chose the now. He had contacted the university again and they confirmed he could immediately, which means he had to leave soon. Flixie walked into the dining room. He was wondering at the sight of the food. Flixie surprised. What is that all about, Jungkook? He never cooked. Taekook narrowed his eyes suspiciously. Jungkook, sit down. You two, these are as if I'm not going to. Taekook took a bite of the slowly. After a moment, he nodded. Taekook a little blank, but it's okay, Jungkook. But his smile felt slightly. His voice softened, barely able to whisper. Jungkook, I'm going to miss your cooking. Both Taekook and Flexi frozen, their expression shifting to confusion. Flexi frozen. Are you going somewhere? A long business trip? Jungkook rubbed the back of his neck, looking guilty. Jungkook, I wanted to tell you guys after dinner, but well, he let out a smile. Taekook, I'm leaving for my graduate studies. Taekook chopstick halted midair. He blinked rapidly as if trying to process the word. Taekook, graduate study? You don't want to work anymore? Leaving? Jungkook exclaimed deeply. Jungkook, I'm studying in France. Taekook's heart snapped up. His voice rose slightly, unable to hide his emotions. Taekook, why are you studying so far away? Don't we have good university here? How long? Jungkook laughed lightly at the rapid question. He glanced at Flexi, who also looked surprised. Jungkook, you look shocked too, Flex. I thought you know. Flexi crossed his arms, his fine. Flexi, yeah, but this is sooner than what you mentioned before. Jungkook nodded. Jungkook did want me to go as soon as possible so I can gain better management experience. He was again trying to keep the conversation light. Jungkook, come on, let's eat first. We can talk about it after dinner. Continue with a few questions from Taekook, but his usual was missing. Flexi noticed it immediately while helping Jungkook clean the dishes. He lightly. Flicks whispering the baby is Sulking. Jungkook signed, trying his hand before heading to Taehoong's room. Inside, Taehoong was lying in the bed, staring at his phone with a blank expression. Jungkook sat on the edge of the bed, watching him. Jungkook, are not you going to take a bath first? Taehoong flirted later. Jungkook tattled his head, studying him. Jungkook, why are not you looking at me? Are you angry? For a moment, Taehoong didn't answer. Then, in an almost whisper, he finally spoke. Taehoong, you won't be here on my graduation. Jungkook felt his heart clean in guilt. He reached out, pulling Taehoong into a warm embrace. Jungkook softly, I'm sorry. Can you forgive me this time? He gently patted Taehoong back. Jungkook, I promise to be in there for your university graduation. Taehoong stayed quiet for a few seconds. Then remember against Jungkook's shoulder. Jungkook, why does Flexi know and I don't? Jungkook started resting his chin on Taehoong's hand. Jungkook, Flexi and I talk about this when we were still in high school. We were not this close at back then. How old were you at that time? 12 or 13? Taehoong pouted. Taehoong, you could have told me last year or last month or last week. You've been talking a lot and spending so much time together. Jungkook smirked at his teasingly. Jungkook, you are going to miss me that much? Taehoong glared but didn't deny it. Jungkook, we can still talk every day if you want. Voice call, message. I'm not whispering. Just then, Flexi appeared at the doorway on the cross. Flexi mocking, I'm the best friend. Why are you sulking like Jungkook on you something? You are just mad because your spoiler will be gone. Taehoong up, suckling deeper into Jungkook's embrace. Taehoong mumbling, Jungkook laughed, shaking his head. Jungkook teasing Flexi, coming from another spoiler. You always put Taehoong first in everything. Flexi rolled his eyes but didn't deny it. Taehoong picked up, whispering with a smile. Taehoong, I know, but he not too much something. Flexi immediately jumped on the bed, ruffling Taehoong's hair aggressively. Flexi, dramatic gaps. What did you just say, Taehoong? Jungkook chuckled and pulled both of them into tight hug. His heart ached, but at this moment, all he wanted to do was hold on them a little longer. Jungkook softly, I'm going to miss you too so much. Jungkook made it a point to spend as much time as possible with Taehoong before leaving. That afternoon, he drove to Taehoong's school to pick him up from his scorer practice. As he leaned against the car, watching the younger boy laughing with his teammates, a warm smile crept into his face. Taehoong caught him staring and raising an eyebrow. Taehoong, curious, why are you smiling like that? Jungkook shoving his hand into his pocket. Jungkook, your friends are really entertaining to watch. He had me and Mel before, but this time there were two more, and both just as Jungkook ended up inviting them. Then they are always too noisy. Jungkook laughed, ruffling Taehoong's hair playfully. Jungkook, you don't seem to mind when you are laughing along with them. Taehoong quoted but didn't argue. Jungkook glanced at him fondly before asking Jungkook, what do you want to do next? Without hesitation, Taehoong answered softly, Taehoong, let's go to the temple and then visit the children. Jungkook smirked at the familiar request. He had once brought Taehoong to the orphan mock and a place where he had been since middle school. Now Taehoong made it a habit to go whenever he had free time. Jungkook reached out and squeezed Taehoong's shoulder gently. Jungkook, alright, let's go. The rest of the day was spent buying supplies for the children, offering, praying at the temple, and helping out the orphanage. Jungkook watches them play with the younger kids, fill the air. 3. There was something about the way Taehyung interacted with children. He was naturally warm presence. Even the kids slowly towards him. Jungkook smiled to himself, feeling something tighten in his chest. Later in the evening, while waiting near the temple door, Jungkook spoke to one of the monk, and it's Taehyung still inside. Jungkook chuckled, shaking his head. Jungkook, the 3 children probably still doesn't want to let him go. The monk nodded wrongly, a gentle smile on his face. Monk, he has a kind-hearted children. Feel it. Jungkook bowed his head slightly, wrenching. Jungkook softly, yeah, he really does. The monk reached into the robe and pulled out a small box, handing it to Jungkook. Monk, I was going to give this to Taehyung, but since he is still inside, I'll enter to trust you. Jungkook said it respectfully, bowing in gratitude. Jungkook, thank you. I'll give it to him. A few minutes later, Taehyung finally came out looking slightly tired, but Jungkook held out the small box. Jungkook smiled. Here, the monk gave me this for you. Taehyung blinked in surprise before gasping softly. Taehyung said it. Oh, I almost forget. He quickly opened the box, revolving a simple yet beautiful bracelet. Jungkook watched as Taehyung gently took it out. Taehyung looked up at him, eyes warm with emotions. Taehyung softly, I had this bracelet for you. Jungkook felt something stir in his chest as Taehyung reached for his left vest carefully. The bracelet, the younger boy smiled gently, then without Jungkook frozen for a moment, caught off guard by the sudden closeness. Then slowly he hugged Taehyung back, closing his eyes for a second. His voice was soft but filled with emotion. Jungkook, I will thank you. The night air was cold, but in that moment, Jungkook stood at the gate, his heart heavy as he glanced at Flexi and Taehyung standing beside him. He had been reminding Felix non-stop about their agreement. Jungkook family, you promise you and Taehyung will stay at my place. No moving out, Felix. Flexi sounds shaking his head. Flexi grumbling, you are really stubborn. You know that I don't want to be a burden. Jungkook crossed his arms, raising an eyebrow. Jungkook, you are still paying off the loan. Remember, you think I'll let you move out while that is still going on? Flexi looking over his back of neck. He had thought that Jungkook borrowed money from his father to help him, but later found out that Jungkook used his trust fund money left from him by his mental grandparents. Flexi always knew that Jungkook came from wealthy, but he didn't realize just how deep those roots run. Jungkook turned to Taehyung, pulling him into a tight embrace. Jungkook softly, I'm going to miss you, baby. Send me updates, okay? Call me often and don't forget to study hard. Taehyung wrapped his arms around Jungkook just as tightly, his voice slightly muffled against Jungkook's shoulders. Taehyung gently but firm, take care of yourself there. I don't be able to cook for you anymore, so don't be picky. Eat healthy food. Flexi laughed, crossing his arms. Flexi teasingly, why do you sound like a mother? Even Jungkook's mom didn't say that much last night. Jungkook smiled at the memory. His family had been with them the previous night, but they did not came to send him off at the airport. Jungkook had already introduced Flix and Taehyung to his parents twice before. He still remembered how Taehyung had slyly looked at him for guidance, unsure of how to act when meeting Jungkook's parents for the first time. Jungkook's mother and sister had instantly taken liking to Taehyung, charming by his polite and handsome demeanor. Taehyung pouting, "I've been raising the two of you for over a year now." Jungkook laughed, partly ruffling Taehyung's hair. Jungkook, "That's right, our baby has been doing everything: grocery, laundry, cleaning, cooking, such a good mom." Taehyung half crossing his arms while Flat Pot flicks each other before stepping forward. Flixie grin, "Alright Jungkook, time to go, give me that baby." Flixie reached to pull Taehyung away, but Jungkook held into him a little longer. His arms tightened around the younger boy. Taehyung felt Jungkook's warmth linger for a moment before he slowly pulled back his eyes, but refused to let a tear fall. Jungkook took a deep breath, his heart aching at the thought of leaving them behind. With one last look, he gave them a small nod, turned around, and walked towards the gate. As he moved forward, he didn't look back, but he could still feel their presence behind him, watching him go. His heart was heavy with sadness, but filled with love. Jungkook didn't have a hard time adjusting them when he arrived in France. His older sister had already made arrangements for him to meet some of her friends who have been settling, but as Taehyung had him, food was the biggest challenge. Jungkook loved to eat, and he had been buy freshly cooked homemade back home. The food here was not bad, it was just different. It took time for him to get used to it, but more than the food, more than anything else, he missed the home. Jungkook stayed in communication with him, calling or texting. At first, he thought that being physically away would help him forget his feeling for Taehyung, but the opposite happened. Instead of fading, his feeling only grew stronger. There were moments when the illness hit him so hard that he wanted to book a flight back home immediately, but in those times he forced himself to be strong. Everything will be fine. I will overcome this. One afternoon, Jungkook was sitting alone at a quick coffee shop, deeply imbued the warm scent of coffee in the air, mixing with the soft chit-chat of other customers. He barely noticed someone approaching him until a familiar voice spoke. Jin smiled. "Hi Jungkook, I thought it was you." Jungkook looked up in surprise, his finger pausing on the page. Jungkook blinked. "Oh, hi." He recognized Jin from the previous semester. They had taken a few courses together, thought they were practically close. Jin grinned and took a seat across from him without asking. Jin teasingly, "I've been looking at you for a while. You always seem so serious when you are reading." Jungkook glanced down at his book. I felt a little embarrassed. Jungkook slightly closing the book. "Oh, I just got caught up in it." Jin glanced at it, cover rising an eyebrow in curiosity. Jungkook cleared his throat and changed the subject. "Jungkook, is there something I can do for you?" Jin leaned, resting his elbow on the table. "Jin Curly, you've been having a party tomorrow evening. Would you like to come?" Jungkook paused, hesitated for a moment. It was not that he didn't want to socialize, but he felt a little. Jin noticed his hesitation, quick assumed him. Jin smiled. "Don't worry, just a small gathering, some friends from our department, nothing too loud or crazy." Jungkook chuckled softly, thinking about it. Jin was right. Even since he arrived, he had only attended the night last year, but after that he mostly kept to himself. Maybe it was time to do something different. Jungkook finally smiled. Okay, I'll come. Jin grinned in satisfaction. Jin playfully great. I'll introduce you to some new people. You won't regret it. Just then Jungkook phone rang. He glanced at the screen and his heart softened when he saw the caller ID. It was them. Jungkook gave Jin a smile as he picked up his phone. Jungkook politely, "Excuse me for a moment." Jin nodded and waved him off as Jungkook answered the call. Jungkook answered the phone, his voice carrying a hint of concern. Jungkook lightly, "Hey, I was waiting for your call earlier. I also called you several times. I saw it come from the other line before." Taehyung explained himself. Taehyung complaining, "I met with Meg and Boat earlier. They wouldn't let me go. They were so loud I couldn't even find a chance to call." Jungkook smiled, imagining the scenes. Jungkook, those two always had too much energy. He paused for a moment before asking in a more serious tone, "Jungkook, are you home now? It's already late there." Taehyung, "I'm home," Taehyung answered before staring to tell Jungkook about his day, but something felt different. Jungkook noticed the shift in his tone. Jungkook gently, "Why do you sound so down? Is Flexi home?" Taehyung was silent for a moment before replying. Taehyung softly, "Just tired." Jungkook was not convinced. He knew Taehyung too well. Jungkook finally, "Taehyung." At first, Taehyung didn't respond. Then, after a smile, he finally spoke. Taehyung, "I can't hide anything from you, can I?" Flexi hasn't told you yet. We have been fighting these past few days. Jungkook set up straight, surprised. Jungkook was, "What?" Flexi hadn't mentioned anything. Jungkook remembered Taehyung briefly saying something about a few days ago, but he thought it was just Flexi nagging him as usual. But now it seems like the issue was more serious. After a moment of hesitation, Taehyung finally admitted. Then quickly, I want to stop going to university. I don't know, I don't like it, but I also don't know what to do." Flexi is angry. Jungkook took in Taehyung's words carefully. He understood Flexi never got the chance to go to university when thought he wanted to. It made sense that he would want Taehyung to finish his studies no matter what. Jungkook spoke gently, hoping to comfort him. "Jungkook, it's okay. You are still young. There's plenty of time to figure out what you really want to do." Taehyung let out a deep breath. He didn't realize he was holding Taehyung softly. "Thank you, Jungkook. I miss you having you here." Jungkook chuckled, his heart warming at the word. Occasionally, he talked to each other almost every day. "You still miss me?" Taehyung, "Of course I do." Jungkook smiled, then spoke it in a softer tone. "Jungkook, try to be good and finish the semester, okay? Will you do that for me?" Taehyung sighed, thinking for a moment before answering. Taehyung, "Alright, I'll do as you say." Jungkook felt relieved. Jungkook, "That's good. Just finish it on a good note and then take some time off. You might want to go back to it later, or maybe find another program that suits you better." Taehyung nodded, even though Jungkook couldn't see him. Taehyung, "Okay, I'll think about it." Jungkook glanced at the time. Jungkook, "It's already late there. You should get some rest." Taehyung hesitated. There was one more thing he didn't tell Jungkook yet, something that made him feel uncomfortable. Taehyung quickly, Jungkook immediately noticed the change in his tone. Jungkook, he could feel Taehyung's hesitation. Jungkook waited patiently. After a long pause, Taehoon finally said it. Taehoon hesitated. A and I, we are together. The word hung in the air. Jungkook felt his heart stop for a second. There was a sharp pain in his chest. He knew the name Taehoon had mentioned before several times. He even sent Jungkook a photo of her once. She seemed nice, sweet. Jungkook forced a smile to swallow the lump in his throat. He knew this would happen eventually, but knowing it and hearing it from Taehoon's own mouth felt completely different. For a moment, then he managed to force a smile. Thought Taehoon couldn't see it. Jungkook gladly, oh, she seems nice. He took a deep breath, tried to steady his voice. Jungkook, tell me all about it next time, okay? Taehoon paused, sensing something was off. But before he could say anything, Jungkook quickly ended the conversation. Jungkook softly, good night. Taehoon hesitated for a moment, then responded, Taehoon, good night. As soon as the call ended, Jungkook put his phone down and let out a sicky breath. He pressed a hand on his chest, feeling the doorwatches inside. I know this would happen, but why does it still hurt so much?